So if you've been following along with us for the last several years, you've probably noticed that we've adapted and evolved technology as we move through different circumstances and seasons as a church. Our primary goal throughout all of that has been to keep you all connected with what we're doing as a church, and especially the delivery of God's words through Sunday's messages. And as we've moved through these different seasons and these different circumstances, we've always been constantly evaluating and adapting, kind of changing and evolving our systems of delivery and production. Again, with the goal of being able to share Sunday's message with you, whether you missed a week or you want to share an impactful message with somebody else. So if you've been following along with us for like the past year or so, you'll probably be very familiar with this particular space. This is where we've come every week on Friday mornings to record our sermon videos. Let me give you a quick behind the scenes tour so you can see what this really looks like in here.
So there's the donut area. You've probably walked past this one quite a few times and never even known that this was the home of Fairfield Church of Christ Recording Studios. Wow. It's kind of a closet, and what's behind there is actually the Adams Center Men's Counseling Room now. So not a whole lot to it. We keep some stuff in there. We have some lights. We have a camera. But again, for the last year or so, this is where every Friday morning you can find myself or Brian recording and getting the message ready for the coming week.
Now, while this has worked fairly well for us, we're, again, constantly evaluating and looking at, and more recently we've been looking at ways that we can enhance and streamline the process of getting you Sunday's message. So that has led to the next evolution in our delivery of Sunday's message to you in the online sphere of things. As of May 30th, 2023, we have launched our weekly sermon podcast online. What's a podcast? Really simply, if you've never heard of a podcast before, it's just an audio recording that's really easily accessible and very, very easy to share with other people. And what we're going to be doing and what we're producing right now is a live recording of Sunday morning's message that you can easily access and easily share with friends and family. So how do you access this? You can simply go to our website, werfcc.com, and then along the top navigation bar, you can click on the Listen tab. As you scroll down, you'll see we've got some links to various different podcast hosting sources from Amazon Kindle, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Simplecast. You can pick from any one of those if you already have a preferred podcast source, or if you're new to this, you can find one that works best for you. Or you can also listen to it with the built-in Spotify web player on our website. Now, this does mean that our weekly sermon videos at 10 a.m. on Sundays are going to come to an end. The next 2 weeks, June 4th and June 11th, will be the last 2 weeks that we're going to be uploading our sermon videos for 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. So that way, there's a little bit of overlap, so you've got some time to transition over to our new system. We're going to maintain the YouTube channel as a little bit of an archive, and occasionally, if we have technical difficulties, which you've seen we have those occasionally, we might pull an old audio from a different sermon for the podcast on a week. But the next 2 weeks will be the last 2 weeks that we're going to be doing the 10 a.m. Sunday on YouTube. If you need any help getting switched over to a podcast, trying to figure out which one works for you, or just how to access any of it, you can feel free to send an email to me at drew@werfcc.com, or you can call the church. I'm more than happy to help you get that figured out, so that way you can stay connected and be sharing Sunday's messages with those that you love. So I know change isn't always the most fun or exciting thing in the world, but here's 3 things that I'm really looking forward to with this new format of the delivery of Sunday's message. Number 1, I'm really excited to share the live message with you from Sunday morning. I know personally for myself, and I know Brian has said this, and other people who have done this in front of the camera have said this as well too, the way that we preach when it's just preaching to the camera is very, very different than what comes out on Sunday morning. There's just a different kind of energy and everything going on with that. And I'm excited that you guys get to hear that, especially if you're not able to be here on a weekend. The second thing that I'm really excited for is that obviously I'm going to be the one uploading it, so I know when these things are uploading it. But with podcasts, it's really easy to subscribe, to follow, so you're always up to date with what's going on. It's a really easy to share system, so that way if you have a message that you really like, or again, you missed a week, it's not hard to navigate and to figure out how to share that or how to go back and listen to something. And the last thing I'm really, really excited about is with YouTube, if I wanted to listen to something, I always had to have YouTube open. But with this podcast, it's just like any music thing you listen to. You can just find it, select it, put it on, press play, and then throw it in your pocket, go for a run, go mow the lawn, or go do whatever else you have in your day, whether you're driving, wherever you're at. It just is a much more convenient and easy to access system to hear Sunday's message, and again, to share Sunday's message with those around you. So again, the next 2 Sundays, June 4th and June 11th, will be the last 2 Sundays that we're going to be doing YouTube Sunday morning at 10 a.m. If you need any help getting set up or figuring out how to make a podcast work, send me an email, drew@wearefcc.com. Call the church, stop by, send a messenger pigeon, whatever way. We want to make sure that you get connected and that you're able to know what's going on, but also get to hear God's word through Sunday's message. And again, have an opportunity to share something with those around you.